Hello everyone, Juan the Yarn Addict here. Welcome to week number 4 of my fall crochet along for what I am calling the Autumn Aspirations throw. At this point in our project, we've completed a total of 44 rounds, beginning with a circular centerpiece that we built a square onto for week 1. For week 2, we've extended out that square, showcasing tons of texture and stitch work to prepare our throw for week 3. In week 3, we've created new corners by working in the diagonal, otherwise known as the bias, once again showcasing stitch work and texture. For week number 4, we are going to extend out our square by using the new corners we've created to grow our project out. The written pattern for weeks 1 through 4 are available on my Ravelry for free, which includes stitch counts for those who are counting along the way. As a reference point, we are beginning week 4 by joining our 4 corners into one piece with a round of single crochet. Each side of our triangle corner has 63 stitches for those who are counting. For round 45, we will be adding 2 single crochets, chain 2 single crochets in each corner, and twins in a stitch in the last stitch before jumping over to the next triangle here. Round 45 will have a total of 132 stitches per side, including the stitches in the corners. Feel free to use this round to include any missing stitches from previous rounds if you're unable to frog back by inserting extra stitches. I do suggest, if you need to add stitches to achieve the stitch count needed, add them in the center and not so close to the corners. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get this tutorial started for week number 4. Okay, so to begin round 45, we are going to begin in the back of our work. So if you were looking at the front, flip your work over and go to any corner. I am going to begin round 45 using the same color that I ended week number 3 with, which is the cream. I'm using round 45 as a joining round. Okay, so to get started, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. From here, I'm going to go into my corner with a standing single crochet. I'm going to go in, draw up a loop, yarn over, and go through both loops, just like that. I'm going to go back into the corner with another single crochet. And for round 45, every stitch will receive a single crochet. Now in the corner here, we have to make sure to remember to give this very first stitch an upstairs neighbor. So we're going to go into that stitch very carefully, draw a loop, yarn over, and go through both loops. Okay, so it's going to look like there's 3 stitches in the corner, but that's not the case. It's 2 singles and then a single right above that very first stitch. Okay, so from here, we're just going to insert single crochets in every stitch for the side, just like that. So continue on with that, and I will meet you right here at the end of this first triangle piece in just a moment. Okay, so here I am at the center, and I'm about to jump from triangle to triangle here. And I've counted my stitches, and I only need 2 more stitches here for this part of the side. And so I have 1 stitch remaining, and in that stitch, I'm going to insert twins in a stitch. 2 single crochets in that last stitch there. From there, I'm going to jump over to the very first stitch, which is right here. And I'm going to insert 2 single crochets into that stitch. You want to make sure that your tension is nice and tight because you're joining it together, just like that. And you're just inserting twins in a stitch, just like that. And then from here, we're going to continue on inserting single crochets just like this. Okay, so continue on with this, and I will see you at the corner right here in just a moment. Okay, so I am back. I've counted my stitches, and from the centerpiece right here coming to the corner, I only need 2 more stitches, and so I'm going to go into the corner here with 2 singles, chain 2. I'm going to swivel our work around, and I'm going to go back into this corner here with 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Okay, So as I mentioned before, we need to make sure that this very first stitch receives an upstairs neighbor. So we are going to go into that stitch, and sometimes it is a little difficult, but we still need to go into that stitch, draw a loop, yarn over, and create that single crochet. It looks like there's 3, but that third one there is the upstairs neighbor to the very first stitch, okay? So from here, we're going to continue inserting single crochets in every stitch. Just for good measure, I'm going to meet you guys at the next centerpiece right here in just a moment, okay? So continue doing single crochets in every stitch, and I will see you shortly. Okay, so I'm back. I have 1 stitch left before jumping over to the other side. And so in this last stitch, I'm going to insert 2 single crochets, and then I'm going to hop right on over to the very first stitch right here. And I'm going to go into that stitch and pinch this together to make it nice and tight. I'm going to insert the first single crochet, and then I'm going to go back in and do another single, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with my single crochets in every stitch, just like this. And I will meet you at the corner right here in just a moment. Okay, so here I am at the next corner, and in this corner, I'm going to go ahead and insert 2 singles, chain 2, I'm going to swivel the work around, and I'm going to go back into this corner with 2 singles, just like that. Okay, so continue on inserting single crochets in the round. Feel free to rewind and replay the sections that you need more direction on. Just be sure to include an upstairs neighbor to that very first stitch as you're coming around the corners. And then when you are joining your pieces together, make sure that your tension is nice and tight. It's okay that the front piece sticks out. That's part of the design. So you just want to make sure that these pieces are together like that. Okay, so continue on with this, and I will see you at the end of round number 45 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 45. I have 2 single crochets left to place into the corner here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1 and 2. Okay, so from here, I'm going to chain 2, swivel the work around, and I am going to go ahead and slip into the very first stitch of the round here. Instead of pulling the cream through, I'm going to change colors, and I am going to pull the next color through. I'm going to be using claret for round 46. And so from here, I'm going to tie my tails. Grab the scissors. Nice and tight. Okay. So from here, we are going to chain 3. And the chain 3 will count as a stitch here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and give this very first stitch of the side an upstairs neighbor. The chain 3 will count as one of the corner stitches. Okay. So we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, and perform a double crochet. And every stitch will receive a double crochet until we get to the center. So continue inserting double crochets in every stitch, just like this, and I will see you when we get to this part right here where our center piece is. Okay, so I'll see you there in just a moment. Okay, I am back and I'm at the centerpiece here before we get to the next corner. And this is where I'm at. The claret doesn't really show up well on camera. It's a very, very dark burgundy color. At any rate, so here we are at the center. So I'm going to insert a double crochet once more here. And right as we transition from one side to the next, we're going to do a double crochet 2 together. Okay, you should see a little gap there. That's how you'll know that this is the last stitch of the side and this is the first stitch of the side. So we are going to yarn over, go into the first stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through 2, and then hop over to the very first stitch here, yarn over, go in, drop a loop, yarn over, go through 2. You should have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all 3 of those loops. This double crochet 2 together will count as 1 stitch only. And then from here, we're going to continue on by inserting double crochets in every stitch. Okay, so just to recap, the last stitch of this piece and the first stitch of this piece will receive a double crochet 2 together. Again, you can't really see it because of how dark the yarn is, but there it is, and it counts as 1 stitch. Okay, so continue on with the double crochets, and I will meet you at our next corner in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the first full corner here, and we're going to go into this corner with 2 double crochets. Chain 2, we're going to swivel our work over, and we're going to go back into this corner with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. So there you have it. Okay, as I've mentioned before, the very first stitch needs an upstairs neighbor, so we're going to insert a double crochet into this very first stitch. It may look like there's 3 in the corner, but there isn't. This very first stitch has an upstairs neighbor. So we're going to continue inserting double crochets at the top of every stitch here, just like this. And I'm going to continue on with this until we get to the center. Just for good measure, I'm going to cross over this piece once more with you with the double crochet 2 together, and then I'll let you continue on with the round. So for now, let's continue inserting double crochets in every stitch until we get to the center there, and I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back and I'm at the next centerpiece. As you can see here, I have 1 stitch left before hopping over to the other side here for this first stitch, and so with these 2 stitches, we're going to double crochet 2 together. Yarn over, go in, drop a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, let's come into that next stitch, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through all 3, just like that. From here, we're going to jump right on into the next stitch with a double crochet and continue on as per usual. So that is the repeat for this round, for round number 46. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 46 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 46. I have 1 corner stitch here, which was the chain 3. So to finish off this corner, what we need to do is insert 2 double crochets. 1, 2. From here, we're going to chain 2, swivel our work around, and go back into the corner with 1 double crochet. Just like that, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to join onto this first stitch by going into the top chain there, drop a loop, and slip to close, just like that. And we are going to chain 2, and we're going to cut our work. I'm going to pull the hook away from our work, pinch and pull down to lock that in. And that concludes round number 46. There you have it. Okay. So to move on to round number 47, we are going to move on to another corner. You can choose any corner you'd like. And I'm also going to choose another color. So to begin, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. And again, if I haven't mentioned this, we are still on the back. We have not flipped to the front. So all the rounds so far are done in the back. And so from here, what we need to do is go into the chain space and slip in here. Perfect. And chain 3. So you can do it this way, or you can also do what's called a standing double crochet. So I'm giving you 2 options. So you can create this slip knot here, yarn over on your hook, go into the chain space, drop a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So that is a second option as well. And I believe that's the one I'm going to go with. So there's that. And then we're going to go back into the corner here with another double crochet. Chain 2. We're going to go back into that corner there with another double crochet. And 1 more to boot. So 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. And so from here, we are going to insert a front post double crochet around every stitch of the round here. Just like this. Every single stitch gets a front post double crochet, and then in the corners it's going to be chain 2, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, just like that. Okay, so continue on with your front post double crochets, and just for good measure I will meet you at the next corner in just a moment. Okay, so I've made it to the next corner here, and as I mentioned, in the corner we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Perfect. Okay, so from here we're going to continue doing front post double crochets to every stitch in the round, just like this. So continue on with that, inserting front post double crochets in every stitch, and then of course in the corners 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Continue on with this, and I will see you at the end of round number 47 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm arriving towards the end of round number 27. I just have 2 stitches remaining here, and I'm going to insert front post double crochets in each of these stitches very quickly. There's 1, and here is the second one. Okay. All right, so now that I have all of my stitches, I'm going to go ahead and join to the very first stitch in the round, which is that standing double crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook, drop a loop, slip to close, and I'm going to chain 2 and cut off from here. Just grab my scissors. I'm going to pull the hook away from the work, pinch and pull down, and again it creates that knot that just does not come out. Okay, so from here what we're going to do is turn our work to the front. So we've been working on the back. We're going to turn over to the front, and we're going to choose another corner to work out of. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop on over to this corner here. Okay, so for round number 48, we are going to go ahead and create a slip knot on our hook, just like this. And we're going to do a standing double crochet into this corner here. So we're going to yarn over, go into the chain space, drop a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to go ahead and yarn over, go through 2, yarn over and go through 2, just like that. And for the corner, we're going to insert another double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. Let's go ahead and do that. Chain 2. Let's swivel the work around here. And we're going to go back into the corner here with 2 double crochets, just like that. Okay, so from here, we're going to insert a double crochet in the next 33 stitches. So we're going to start right here in this stitch with a double crochet. Every stitch must have an upstairs neighbor. And so we are going to insert 33 double crochets. So continue with that, and I will see you back as soon as we have 33 double crochets. Okay, so I am back. I have 33 double crochets, not including the corners. And from here, we are going to work into this next stitch here. It's a 5 double crochet together bobble. So we are going to yarn over, go in, drop a loop, yarn over, go through 2 only, and repeat that 4 more times. Just like that. You should have 6 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all the loops and chain 1 to lock, just like that. From here, we're going to move on with 35 double crochets. 1 double crochet in each stitch, just like this. 35 double crochets, and it will take us to the center of our throw. So continue on with this, inserting 35 double crochets, and I will meet you when we get to the point right here. All right. Okay, so I am back. I have double crocheted 35 stitches from the bobble, and we are now at the point, and if your counts are correct, you should be directly above the double crochet 2 together from 2 rows down. And in this stitch, we are going to insert another 5 double crochet together bobble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Chain 1 to lock that. And then from here, we are going to once again insert 35 double crochets from the bobble going towards the corner. So 35 double crochets after the center bobble. 1, 2, 3. So continue on with that, and I will be right back after the 35 double crochets. Okay, so I am back. So here is the bobble in the center. I've double crocheted 35 stitches, and in this next stitch here, we're going to insert once again a 5 double crochet together bobble. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through all of them, and chain 1 to lock, just like that. Okay, so from here, we're going to insert 33 double crochets, and then that should take you to this very last stitch. And then we are going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in the corner. So continue on with this, 33 double crochets, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm just past the corner here, but before I move on, I just want to recap what we just did here. So from the corner to the first bobble, not including the corner stitches, it's 35 double crochets, and then your bobble stitch. Then from this bobble stitch to the center of our side, it's going to be 35 double crochets. And then we're just going to flip that and work backwards here. So from the center bobble to the bobble before the corner, it's going to be 35 double crochets. And then from this bobble to the corner, not including the corner stitches here, it's going to be 33 double crochets. Okay, just for good measure, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process with you one more time, but feel free to rewind and replay until you get it. So from the corner here, we are going to double crochet 33 double crochets, one in each stitch, not including the corners here. So 33 double crochets, just like this, and I shall see you in a moment, and we'll go ahead and do the bobble stitch. So continue on with that, and I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I am back here. I have 33 double crochets from the corner, and again, I'm not including the corner stitches here. So the 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles does not count. So from here to here, 33 double crochets. In the next stitch, we're going to do a 5 double crochet together bobble. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through everything there. Chain 1 to lock. From here, we are going to double crochet 35. Okay, so 35 double crochets, and I shall see you in just a moment. Okay, so I am back, and I have 35 double crochets from the bobble here to the center of our side. And just as a landmark check, you should be above the double crochet 2 together, just like that. And in this stitch, we're going to do what we've done before. It's a 5 double crochet together bobble. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through all of that, chain 1 to lock, and continue on. We are going to do 35 double crochets in the next 35 stitches. So continue on with that, and I will see you after 35 double crochets in just a moment. Okay, so I am back. I have 35 double crochets since the last bobble here in the middle of our work, or in the middle of the side. And so in this next stitch, I'm going to insert a 5 double crochet together bobble. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock. Okay, so we are approaching the corner here. And so we need to insert 33 double crochets from this next stitch to the corner, not including the chain space. So it's going to be 33 double crochets. And then in the corner, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So continue on with that, and I shall see you in just a moment. Okay, so I am back. I have the bobble here, and I have the 33 double crochets getting us to the corner here. Again, I'm not including the 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. And so continue on with this for the rest of the round. Just another recap. From the corner to the first bobble, it's 33 double crochets. From the first bobble to the middle bobble, it is 35 double crochets. Okay, and then you're just going to reverse that. So after you do your middle bobble, it's going to be 35 double crochets. And then we have a bobble here, and then it's going to be 33 double crochets from this bobble to the corner. Again, feel free to rewind and replay until you get all the stitch counts that you need. But for now, I'm going to continue on, and I will meet you at the end of round number 48 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 48. I just have 1 stitch left to go, and so I have a bobble here, and I have a bobble here. Okay, so I'm going to be changing colors. I'm going to hop over to the cream color. So I'm just going to insert my last double crochet of round number 48. And so from here, I'm going to go into this standing double crochet with my hook just like that. And I'm going to hook in the new color. So let me just put that on the hook, slide it through, and slip through just like that. I'm going to fold this over and I'm going to tie my tails. So let me just trim the gold. I'm going to tie this in. I always like to tie it twice just to be sure. Perfect. Okay, and there we have it. All right, so from here, what we need to do is chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. The chain 3 does count as a stitch. And from here, we're going to jump right on over to the last stitch of the side here with a double crochet, just like this. And then we're going to go into the corner with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Let's go ahead and do that. So 2 doubles, chain 2. We're going to swivel our work around. It's getting kind of big at this point. And let's go back into the corner here with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Perfect. Okay. So from here, what we want to do is insert a total of 34 double crochets, not including the corners. 34 double crochets down the side here. Make sure you're giving this very first stitch an upstairs neighbor. So we are going to yarn over and go into the top of that stitch with our hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, just like that. It looks like there's 3 stitches in the corner there, but it's not. This stitch here's with a neighbor upstairs there. So from here, continue on inserting double crochets until you have a total of 34 double crochets. Okay, so continue with that and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I am back, and after a total of 34 double crochets, not including the corners, you should have landed at the stitch right before the bobble. So in this stitch, we're going to go ahead and insert a 5 double crochet together bobble. So that's 1, it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 6 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock. So from here, we are going to insert a front post double crochet. So we are going to yarn over and come down and around the bobble here, drop a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, just like that. And from here, we're going to go next door into this next stitch here and insert a 5 double crochet together bobble. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 6 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock. Just like that. Okay, so from here, we are going to go ahead and insert 33 double crochets from here all the way down until you get to right before the next bobble here. Okay, so continue with the double crochets. Again, there should be 33 double crochets between this double crochet here and where you need to land at the next bobble here. Okay, so continue on with the double crochets and I shall be back in just a moment. Okay, so I have landed right before the bobble here. I verified my counts, and from the stitch right after the bobble to where I'm currently at, we have 33 double crochets. And in the next stitch here, right before the bobble, we are going to insert a 5 double crochet together bobble. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock, and from here we're going to insert a front post double crochet around the bobble from the previous round. So to come down and around that bobble there, draw up a loop, go through 2, go through 2, just like that. And then next door here, we are going to insert another 5 double crochet together bobble right into that stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, go through all 6 of those loops, chain 1 to lock. And there you have it. Okay, so that's what it should look like. So from here, we're just going to reverse the number of stitches that we just did. So we did 33 here. We got to the middle. And now we're going to do 33 from here to the next bobble right before the corner here. Okay? So yes, 33 double crochets. So continue on with that, and I shall see you in 33 stitches in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. I've done my required double crochets here, and I'm almost at the corner. So from here, we're going to go ahead and insert a 5 double crochet together bobble right here in the stitch right before the bobble from the previous round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock. Insert a front post double crochet around this bobble here from the previous round, just like that. And then next door here, we're going to insert another 5 double crochet together bobble, just like this. 2, 3, 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock. And we're going to continue on with our double crochets until we get to the corner. So from here, you're going to need 34 double crochets to get you from just after the bobble to the corner. Okay? So continue on with that, and I shall see you when we get to the corner in just a moment. Okay, so I've made it to the corner, and in the corner, we're going to insert 2 double crochets. 1, 2. We're going to chain 2. We're going to turn our work around here, swivel it over, and in the corner, 2 double crochets. 1 and 2, just like that. 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Okay, let me make a bunny ear here. We're going to recap what we just did. So at the beginning here, not including the corner stitches, right after the corner here, you should have 34 double crochets. Once you have your 34 double crochets, you're going to insert a 5 double crochet together bobble, a front post double crochet, and then another 5 double crochet bobble. From there, it's going to be 33 double crochets from this bobble until this bobble right here. So 33 double crochets. Then it's going to be a bobble, front post double, and a bobble. And then we're just going to reverse what we just did. So 33 double crochets. And then it's going to be a bobble, front post, and a bobble. It's going to be a front post double there. Okay, and a bobble. And then from there, we're going to insert 34 double crochets, and that will take you to right here. the last stitch of the side here. And then in the corner, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Okay, so continue with that, and I shall see you at the end of round number 49. Once again, feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need to in order to complete the round. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of round number 49 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm almost at the end of round number 49. I have 1 stitch remaining, and I'm going to insert a double crochet into that last stitch, just like that. Okay, so this concludes round number 49, and I will be changing colors. I've already pre-cut my yarn, so we are good to go there. I'm going to switch back to this gold color. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and insert my hook into that top chain. We have 1, 2, 3 chains, which we counted as a double crochet. I'm going to insert my hook into that top chain, and I'm going to hook in my gold color, slide it through, and slide it through the loop. I'm going to fold this over and tie my tails. I'm just going to tie twice, nice and tight. There we go. Okay, so now that we've tied on, we are good to go. Okay, so for round number 50, we're going to begin with a chain 3. Now the chain 3 will count as a double crochet, as it did previously. And from here, we're going to go into the next stitch, which is right here, with a double crochet, and we're going to insert a double crochet in the next 3 stitches here. Let's go ahead and do that. It's 1, 2, and 3. So far we have 4 stitches. And now we're going to go into the corner with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, chain 2. We're going to swivel around here, and we're going to insert 2 doubles in the corner here. 1 and 2. Okay, so from here, what we need to do is insert 1 double crochet in the next 36 stitches. Okay, we're going to start here by giving this very first stitch in upstairs neighbor, and we're going to work all the way down until we get to the very first bobble. We're going to stop right before the bobble right here. Okay, so this stitch right here, right before the bobble, from there to here, this very first double crochet should be 36 stitches. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and insert 1 double in each stitch for a total of 36 stitches. And I shall see you after the 36th stitch in just a moment. Okay, so I have a total of 36 double crochets from the first stitch here to the bobble. Okay, so as you can see, right next to the bobble here is where I ended. And so from here, we are going to insert a front post double crochet around this bobble to really make it pop. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, come back here and around the bobble. We're going to draw up a loop and perform our double as per normal. Okay, so there is that. Now from here, we're going to go into this front post double crochet with a 5 double crochet together bobble. So we're just repeating this up top here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through all the loops, chain 1 to lock, and from here we're going to go ahead and do a front post double crochet around this bobble here. I'm going to come back and around, draw up a loop, just like that. And there you have it. Very, very nice. Okay. So from here, we're going to continue working double crochets in all of our stitches until we get to the next bobbles. Okay. So from this stitch right here, this double crochet that we're going to put there, from there until the stitch right before the bobbles, it's going to be 33 double crochets. Okay. So insert 33 double crochets, one in each stitch like this until you get to the next bobble. Just like that, and continue on with this, and I shall see you right here in just a moment. Okay, so here I am at the next set of bobbles. I've inserted 33 double crochets from this series of bobbles to this series. And so from here, what we need to do is insert a front post double crochet around the bobble here. Just come down and around, front post, and then right into this stitch here, this front post double from the previous row or round, we're going to insert a 5 double crochet together bobble. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 6 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all the loops, chain 1 to lock, and we're going to insert a front post, a double crochet around the bobble here. Just like that. And it really makes them pop. So nice. Okay. So from here, as you can see by the point, we are at the midpoint of the side, and we're going to reverse what we just did here. So we did 33 doubles on this side. We're now going to do 33 doubles on this side here. So go ahead and insert 1 double in each of these stitches for 33 stitches. And I shall meet you at the next set of bobbles in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the next set of bobbles, and like we've done before, we're going to insert a front post double crochet around the bobble here. Let's come down and around, drop a loop, go through 2, go through 2, and then in this front post double crochet from the previous round, we're going to insert a 5 double crochet together bobble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through all 6 loops, chain 1 to lock, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet around this bobble right here. Just like that. Okay, so from here we're going to continue with the double crochets from this stitch right after the bobble until the corner here, not including the chain space. So from this stitch right here to the stitch right after the bobble, it's going to be a total of 36 double crochets. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the corner in just a moment. Okay, so here I am at the corner of round number 50. And so in the corner, we're going to go ahead and insert 2 double crochets. It's 1. This is 2. We're going to chain 2 and swivel our work around. And we're going to go back into this corner with 2 double crochets. Perfect. Okay, so let me make a bunny ear and recap the work with you. All right, so we started by finishing off to the corner here, and then in the corner we have 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Now for the side we have 36 double crochets, and that does not include the corner stitches. So the double crochets, the chain 2 double crochets, that does not count. So from here to the first bobble here, it's going to be 36 double crochets. All right. And then here in the bobble sequence, we did a front post double crochet, a 5 double crochet together bobble, and then a front post double. After this sequence, we went ahead and did 33 double crochets. Then it brought us to the center of our side. We've repeated this sequence here with the front post, the bobble, the front post. And then we did 33 double crochets, taking us to the next sequence here, front post, bobble, front post. And then now we have 36 double crochets from this stitch right here after the bobble sequence to the corner, not including the stitches in the corner here. Okay, so this is it for round number 50. Just continue this sequence going all the way around, and I shall see you at the end of round 50 in just a moment. Okay, so I have arrived towards the end of round number 50. I have 1 stitch remaining, and in this stitch I'm going to enter a double crochet, just like that. And so to close off round number 50, what we need to do is insert the tip of our crochet hook into the top chain here right before the stitch. So we're going to go right in there, and I'm going to change colors. I'm going to loop in the pumpkin spice. So I'm going to pull that through and slide that right through like that. So I'm going to fold this over and tie the tails. Let's go ahead and tie this nice and tight. Okay, perfect. Okay, so before we move on, I just want to show you what the bobbles are looking like. Very, very nice. And we have 3 per side like that. Very, very nice. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so to start off round number 51, we are going to chain 3. And as always, this does count as a stitch. So from here, we're going to insert 1 double in the next 5 stitches. The stitches that are in between my thumbs, right after the chain 3, all of these stitches will receive 1 double crochet apiece. So let's go ahead and do that. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So now we are in the corner, and in the corner we're going to insert 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Let's go ahead and do that. So 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. 1 and 2, just like that. Okay, so let's swivel our work around here. Okay, so now we are going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 39 stitches, starting with the very first stitch after the corner, which is this stitch right here. You can kind of see the triangle here. That stitch needs an upstairs neighbor, so we're going to go ahead and insert our hook and give that stitch an upstairs neighbor, a double crochet. And we're going to go ahead and insert 1 double in the next 39 stitches. That does include this stitch right here. So that's stitch number 1 of 39. And we're going to come down here and stop right before the bobble. So our last double crochet will be into the head of this front post double crochet. Easy enough. So we're going to go ahead and lay our doubles down into our work. 1 double per stitch. 39 doubles in total, and I shall see you in just a moment. Okay, so I am back. I've inserted 39 double crochets. And so I am at the stitch right before the bobble. I've inserted the double right into the head of the front post double crochet. And so from here, like we've done previously, we're going to insert a front post double crochet around the bobble here. Let's come down and around. Perfect. Okay, so from here we are going to insert 1 double in the next 35 stitches. starting with the front post double crochet from the previous round. So from here to the next front post double crochet, so from here to here, that will be 35 double crochets. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. One double crochet in each stitch from front post to front post, just like this. Should be 35 stitches. So continue on with this, and I will see you at the next front post double crochet right here in just a moment. Okay, so I am back. I've laid down my 35 double crochets right before the center here. And so, as we've done before, I'm going to insert a front post double crochet around the bobble here. Yarn over, come down and around, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through two, yarn over, go through two, just like that. And since this is the center, we're just going to mirror this. So we had 35 doubles before the center. We're going to do 35 doubles after the center here. So let's go into the next stitch with a double crochet. And so we're going to continue that from the front post to the next front post right here. So from here to here will be 35 double crochets. Okay, so let's go ahead and insert a double crochet in each one of these stitches, and I shall see you at the next front post double crochet right here in just a moment. Okay, so I am at the next front post here, and I'm at the sequence of bobbles right before the corner. And so as we've done previously, we're going to insert one front post double crochet around this bobble here, just like that. And from here, we're going to insert one double crochet in this very next stitch. And in the next 38 stitches, altogether 39 stitches. So 39 stitches after the bobble here. So continue on with that. And I will see you right here in the corner in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the corner, and as we've done previously, in the corner it's going to be two doubles, chain two, we're going to swivel our work, and we're going to go back in here with two double crochets. Okay, I'm going to make a bunny ear and recap the row with you. So for row 51, we joined on with a chain three, we crocheted to the corner. In the corner, we had two doubles, chain two, two doubles. And then from there, we went with 39 double crochets after the corner stitches. So from this first stitch here, from here to just before the bobble, 39 stitches, and then right above the bobble we did a front post double crochet, so 39 double crochets, and then from there we went with 35 double crochets in between the front post and the front post here, 35. And then after that, we're here at the center of the side, another 35 double crochets here. And then finally, after this sequence of bobbles, 39. And that takes us to the corner, where in the corner we have two doubles, chain two, two doubles. Feel free to re-watch this segment in case you need the counts once more. But that should do it for round number 51. So continue on, and I will see you at the end of round number 51 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 51, and I have one stitch remaining. And so in that stitch, I'm going to enter a double crochet. Perfect. Okay, so from here, I'm going to close off the round by going into the top chain of the chain three right before the stitch. I'm going to go in there with my hook, draw up a loop, slip to close, and then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to cut my work, pull the hook away from my work, pinch and pull down, and that closes off round number 51. So let's just take a quick look at the work. And so we have a series of bobbles coming all the way down and around the border of our work here. Super, super nice. Love that. Okay, so that is actually all the way around the work. So from here, we are going to flip our work and work in the back. So let's flip to the back for round number 52. You can choose any corner you'd like. I'm going to choose this corner right here. It looks ready and available. So in the corner here, I'm going to begin with a standing double crochet. So I'm working with claret just to kind of go with the sequence of colors here. So to begin, I'm going to go ahead and create a slip knot on my hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. And once we have the slip knot on the hook, let's go ahead and do a standing double crochet. So yarn over, go into the corner, draw up a loop. You should have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through 2, just like that. So from here, we're going to go ahead and insert another double, chain 2, and 2 double crochets in the corner. And that's going to be the case for all 4 corners, just like that. I know it's hard to see, but there it is. And so for round number 52, we are going to insert front post double crochets in every stitch in the round. Just like this. Front post double crochets for every stitch in the round. And then in the corners, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. A very, very easy round here. We are framing what we just did, which is the reason for us flipping the work over and doing the front posts. It's just easier this way. So that is pretty much it for round number 52. And as you can see, it's framing it nicely. Okay, so just for good measure, I will meet you at the next corner on the other side of our work, which for me is right here. The blanket's getting kind of big, or throw rather. So I will meet you here at this corner right here, and you should arrive at 155 stitches for each side, not including the stitches in the corners. So front post double crochets from the very first one to the last one of the side. If you're counting stitches, you should have 155 stitches before getting into the corners. Okay, so continue on with this, and I shall see you at the next corner in just a moment. Okay, so I've arrived to the first corner of round number 52, and in the chain space here, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2. We're going to swivel our work and go back in here with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Perfect. So from here, we're going to continue going on with our front post double crochets in every stitch. And in the corners, we're going to go ahead and do 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So continue on with that, and I will see you at the end of round number 52 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 52. I have 1 stitch remaining. I'm going to go ahead and insert that front post double crochet. And so from here, I'm going to go ahead and go into that standing double crochet, draw a loop, slip to close, and then I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to cut my work, cut a tail, pull the hook away from my work, pinch and pull down. And that concludes round number 52. So let's turn the work over and take a quick look at where we are at so far. And so that is what we've created so far. Let me move the tails out of the way. I do have some sewing to do. But yes, this is very, very nice. With all the texture that we have throughout our project, it's kind of nice to see some solid sections there with color play. Okay, so let's just go ahead and move this here. Just take a quick look at the entire project here. I've been going round to round to round without actually looking at the work. So this is where we were at. Very, very nice. Okay, so I'm going to place this on a brief pause and we will get round 53 started. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, friends, so to start round number 53, we are going to take our work from the back and flip it to the front. And we're going to choose any corner as a starting point. I'm going to go ahead and choose this corner right here. And I am also going to change colors. I ended with claret on the last round. I'm going to jump over to the olive drab. And in the corner here, I'm going to create a standing double crochet. So to begin, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. And make sure you have enough of a tail to sew in later. So from here, we're going to yarn over, go right on into the corner, drop a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through 2. So there is your standing double. We're going to go back into the corner here and insert 1 more double crochet, chain 2, and go back into the corner here with 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2. So there is our corner. And so from here, we're going to work double crochet 3 togethers in every 3 stitches. It's a little difficult to see the claret colorway, but every stitch needs an upstairs neighbor. So just keep that in mind as you're working your stitches. So to do a double crochet 3 together, just to recap, yarn over, go into the first stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through 2 only. There's the first one. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Once in each of the next 2 stitches, just like this. So once you have partial stitches in the 3 stitches, you should have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all 4 loops, and you're going to chain 2. And it should look just like that. From here, we're going to jump into the next available stitch and repeat what we just did. Yarn over, go into the stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through 2 only, and we're going to repeat that 2 more times. From here, once you have 4 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and go through all 4 loops, and you're going to chain 2. So continue doing that for the duration of the side, and I will meet you at the next corner in just a moment. Okay, so I am at the first corner of round number 53, and so if your stitch counts are correct, you will end up at the very last stitch before the corner. And so from here, once you have your 2 chain 2s there, you're going to go right into the corner with 2 double crochets, just like that, chain 2. We're going to swivel our work around. And we're going to go back into this corner here with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. So it should look just like that. So from here, we're going to go right into the first stitch, and we're going to continue our double crochet 3 togethers in every 3 stitches for the duration of each and every side. And then in the corner, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Okay? So continue on with this, and I will see you at the end of round number 53 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 53. I have 1 more double crochet 3 together to do to finish off the round here. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. You should have 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through all 4 loops. chain 2 to finish that off. Perfect. And so from here, we're going to insert our hook into this standing double, which is the first stitch of the round. So we're going to go in there, make sure to pick up the front and the back loop. We're going to draw up a loop and slip to close. So that closes off round number 53. And so from here, we're going to go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. The chain 3 does count as a double crochet for round number 54. And so from here, we're going to go next door into the stitch before the corner. We're going to go ahead and go in with a double crochet. And then in the corner, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So let's go ahead and do that. That's the first one. Here's the second one. Let's go ahead and chain 2 and swivel our work around. And so from here, we're going to go back into that corner there and insert 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. So there is our corner. Perfect. And so at the end of round number 54, we're going to join into this chain 3 space right here where my thumbs are. Okay. So from here, we are going to mimic this side here. So these first 2 double crochets will receive upstairs neighbors. We're going to go ahead and insert a double crochet in each one of these stitches here. So there's 1 and there's 2. Okay. So that's what our corner piece is looking like. All right, so now what we're going to do is work our stitches in and around this double crochet 3 together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the head of the stitch. So if you look, it's this large piece right here. We're going to go into that stitch with a double crochet, just like that. So from here, we're going to do a front post double crochet in the middle leg of this double crochet 3 together. So we're going to yarn over, come down and around. We're going to pick up the leg of that stitch and perform a front post double crochet. And from here, we're going to yarn over and come back and pick up this first leg. So we're working backwards. We're going to come and grab this leg and do a front post double crochet, just like that. And it's like the stitches are stacked on top of one another. But from here, we're going to jump over to the next double crochet 3 together and go into the head of the stitch here with a double crochet. Just like that. And if you lay it flat, you can see how you have this very, very nice detail. It's really, really nice. So we're going to continue on inserting the stitches as such. So we have the double crochet in the top of our double crochet 3 together. And so from here, we're going to yarn over, come down to the middle leg and insert a front post double crochet. And then from here, we're going to work backwards and we're going to pick up this very first leg closest to the hook. So we're going to yarn over, come down and around and pick up this leg here and do a front post double crochet, just like that. And as it lays flat, you can see there's this very interesting detail here. Tons of texture. And we've still been able to maintain our stitch count here, multiple of 3. So I'm going to do this with you one more time. So from here, we're going to go into the head of the stitch of the double crochet 3 together with a double crochet at the top there. From here, we're going to insert a front post double crochet in the middle leg of our double crochet 3 together. Yarn over, come down and around and grab that stitch. Do a front post double crochet. And then we're going to come back here to this first leg closest to the hook. So we're going to yarn over, come down and around and pick up that leg and do a front post double crochet like such, just like that. And it's got that great detail, tons of texture there. Okay, so continue on with this and I shall see you at the first corner in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the first corner here. I've laid the stitches in place. I have to say this looks absolutely gorgeous. Tons and tons of texture here, lots of depth. I don't think I've seen a stitch like this before. It's very, very nice. Okay, so to get through the corner here, what we need to do is insert 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches here. So let's go ahead and insert 1 double crochet above each one of these stitches. So there's 1 and there's 2. So in the corner here, we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So let's go ahead and do that. There's 1. There's 2. Let's go ahead and chain 2, and then we're going to swivel our work around. And then in the corner here, we're going to insert 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. So there's our corner. And so from here, the first 2 stitches will receive upstairs neighbors. They're still part of the corner here. So let's go in and insert a double crochet above the first 2 stitches. And now we have the double crochet 3 together. And so we're going to repeat the stitch that we've been working on here so far. So we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the top of that stitch, as we've done before. And then a front post double crochet in the middle leg of the double crochet 3 together. And then a front post double crochet in the last leg closest to the hook, right here. From here, we're going to hop right on over to the next double crochet 3 together and repeat that process. 1 double at the top, 1 front post in the middle of the 3 legs, and then 1 front post in the leg closest to the hook, right here. And so when you lay it flat, it's got all that depth and texture there. Super, super nice. So continue on with this for the round, for round number 54. Following that sequence, and then in the corners, making sure that we insert 1 double crochet above the 2 stitches before the corner, and then in the corner, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Okay? Feel free to rewind, replay, and repeat until you've got the sequence down. Continue with that, and I will see you at the end of round number 54 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 54. I've entered in all the stitches, and so what we need to do now is join to the very beginning of the round. So we have 3 chains here, and we're going to take the tip of our crochet hook and insert it into the top chain right before the first stitch. We're going to draw a loop and slip to close, and so round number 54 is officially completed. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the last round of week number 4. And so for this round, we are going to begin by chaining 3. The chain 3 will count as a stitch. And so from here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And so from here, we're in the corner, and in the corner, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So let's go ahead and do that. So 1, 2. Let's chain 2 and swivel our work around. Let's go ahead and go in here with 2 doubles. Perfect. So there's the corner. Let me get some more yarn. Okay, so from here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. These first 4 stitches will receive upstairs neighbors. So let's go ahead and take care of that. 1 double crochet above these 4 stitches. So that's 2. That's 3. And that is 4. So that is what our corner piece looks like. Perfect. Okay, so from here, what we need to do is skip the next stitch. So we're going to skip this next stitch, and we're going to go into this next stitch here with 3 double crochets. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and 3, just like that. From here, we're going to skip the next 2 stitches and go into the 3rd stitch with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So the jingle for this is 3 stitches in every 3rd stitch. That's an easy to remember mnemonic device, okay? So for this round, it's going to be 3 stitches in every 3rd stitch, and in the corners, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. But just for good measure, let's continue on with this, inserting 3 stitches in every 3rd stitch, and I will meet you when we get closer to the very first corner, because I'm going to show you the stitch counts and everything leading to the corner. Okay, so continue on with this, and I shall see you when we get closer to the next corner in just a moment. Okay, so I am approaching the corner here. I have 4 double crochets left here. All the crossovers have 3 double crochets above them. And as I mentioned, it was 3 double crochets in every 3rd stitch. So it lines up perfectly, as you can see here. So from here, what we need to do is insert 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches here before the chain space. And that is going to be the constant all the way around for this round here. So we're going to insert 1 double in the next 4 stitches here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. From here, we're going to go into the chain space with 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So there's 1, there's 2. Let's chain 2. Let's swivel our work around. It's pretty big at this point, so it may take a second. Okay, and so from here, we're going to go back into this corner with 2 doubles to finish off the corner there. And so as I mentioned, there are 4 double crochets in a row here before we get into the crossover stitch. So let's go ahead and pull some yarn here. Okay, so we're going to give these first 4 stitches upstairs neighbors. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 double above each one of those stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there we have it. So we are going to once again skip the next stitch and go into that 2nd stitch there with 3 double crochets to start us off. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and in the 3rd stitch there, we're going to insert 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So that is the constant. Feel free to rewind, replay the video in case you need to get back around another corner. Every corner is exactly the same as we've done just here. So again, 3 double crochets in every 3rd stitch on the sides, and then in the corners here, it's 4 double crochets, and then you get into the corner with your 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Okay, so continue on with that, and I will see you at the end of the round in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 55. I have 1 set of stitches to insert here. So I'm going to skip 2 stitches and go into the 3rd stitch right here. And I'm going to insert 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So from here, I'm going to slip into the top of the 3 chains here with the tip of my crochet hook. I'm going to go in there, draw a loop, and slip to close. And then from here, I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to grab my scissors and cut a tail. Pull the hook away from my work. I'm going to pinch above and slide down. And that is it. So that wraps up week 4 of our Crochet Along. Just to do a very quick recap here, we started here with a round of single crochets, and from the single crochets out encompasses everything we've done for week 4. So 55 rounds to date, and one more installment left before our Crochet Along is completed. I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and then of course leave a comment or two. I would definitely appreciate the support. So that is all from me for now, and until the next one, take care, friends. Bye-bye.